a great performance, and he and Sevy had worked together before, and so that's why Sevy caught him. He was mixing his breaking ball, change up, and he was locating his fastball well. So Sevy called a great game for him. Mike gave him an outstanding game plan, and he executed. And that was a real fine performance. It was, we didn't want to blow that one his first save. His first win. But man, those guys, they don't quit. And the game saver was the relay that you work on all the time from Ben to Danny, and he showed why he has probably the best arm in the league at shortstop. And had he had a lesser arm, it'd have been a runner on third with the dangerous Freddie Freeman hitting, and he drove one to the wall. Not have been a tie ball game, and not have been certainly a heartbreaker for us. But Melanson came in, did the job. You ask, Petit, like we were trying to get him some work, but we knew we were going to have Melanson, backing him up. And in the ninth, you ask him, he'd probably, would trade I was hollering, trade a run for an out right there. And we got neither. And so that kind of opened the gates for them.
Reynaldo obviously has strikeout stuff, but
yep.
when he only has, I think, 2-3 strikeouts in 7 innings tonight, does that tell you something about the way that he was operating or
right.
what he's able to do?
Well, I think everybody puts too much emphasis on the strikeout. The key is to get outs and to take the sting out of the opposition's bats. And they didn't hit that many balls, hard off of him. Freddie Freeman, who's dangerous and always hot, I heard in this park, which is coming to fruition just like they told me. So, he hit the ball out of the ballpark, and other than that, they threatened a couple times, but he threw up a couple key double plays, which is part of pitching. Like I said, you got to give Sevy a lot of credit for, calling, the game for him, and Mike a lot of credit for, give him a game plan.
Dusty, the production you got out of 1, 2, 3 in the order,
Mm-hmm.
couldn't ask for too much better.
No, I tell you, Trey had an outstanding game, and we were all, rooting for him to, hit for the cycle, because I haven't seen many of those. And I think the last one I saw was Chris Spire when he was still playing. And, 1, 2, 3 did have a, outstanding night. You can't ask much more than that. And then Trey had another opportunity, which usually doesn't come around. And, again, he had an opportunity to, because he got the hardest one out of the way, the triple, if you're going for the cycle. So I'm just glad that we won that game.
You said earlier in the week that you'd like to kind of get some stability in that good starter spot.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of thing you saw from Lopez tonight, a big improvement from what you'd seen in the first couple of outings.
Well, the first couple, the second outing wasn't that good of an outing. His first outing was good, but the Dodgers are hitting that fastball. They're jumping on him early, but he was in the zone. And then the last start, he wasn't in the zone, and today he was, he was perfect, like I had talked about earlier. I hoped that he'd be somewhere in the middle, which he was. And man, I was still like a little nervous when that game ended right there.
Revere has 2 hits in 3 of his last 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
You're starting to see some progress from him.
Well, yeah, that's what you wanted to see. That's why I kept playing him, because the guy's a 300 hitter. And I know a lot of people want me to bench him, but you can't find it on the bench. And fortunately for us, Ben is coming around. I bat him 8th for a while to take some of the pressure off of him and that bats off of him. Then I put him back in the second slot. And, fortunately for him, we had some injuries, and he got another opportunity to get his act together. And so he's been playing outstanding center field. And like I said, that was some relay throw, from him to Danny, and Danny to a great tag, because I was told that if they had called him safe, they could have easily called him safe. But maybe we're getting some breaks now.
Was there one pitch that was most
As usual, I think the well-located fastball is always the best pitch. And you've seen guys just pitch with their fastball. You know, if they can locate it in and out, up and down, and use all four quadrants. And, you know, his demeanor was great. And then he would, you know, throw in some outstanding, you know, breaking balls. And that's a tough lineup over there to go through with so many left-handed hitters over there, and those guys can hit. So, and then it adds another dimension when they got Kemp in there, you know, to bat behind Freddie, so you just can't pitch around Freddie.
Do you think he earned another start?
Probably, but I mean, you guys always want me to live in the future, you know what I mean? So I told you about that already. So the answer is probably. Okay.